So Billy, obviously you've scored in every game this season. Did you always believe today that you were going to get those 2 goals at the end and actually win the tie when all looked so lost?
Yeah, I mean it's a really interesting one because Ash picked up on it after about 70-75 minutes that we'd scored in every game that we played, and I think what became more important was the goal rather than actually winning the game. I think I think we have to go on record as giving Goole the credit for the performance tonight. Professional in everything they did, from the management, from the game plan, the way the manager communicated the game plan to the way it was executed by the players. I thought it was absolutely outstanding, as good as anything I've seen at this level, without a doubt. I thought the conduct was so professional. They didn't panic when the sending off happened. They didn't throw the towel in, and they put a shift in and worked hard. So I think for us personally to then go 1 down from a great work goal by Goole, the belief was always there. Certainly, probably from Ash more than me, because I thought, when he mentioned it to me, I said it's a great record to have, but it eventually does need to come to an end because it suddenly becomes a burden because people are expecting it all the time. So it was just fortunate for us it didn't end tonight.
No, definitely. And you mentioned the red card there. What was your view of it, and what was your understanding of what happened?
Didn't see it at all. And to be fair, when the linesman first flagged, and the impression he gave was that I thought he was going to give a penalty from 80 odd yards away, and then obviously it happened. He sent the centre forward off, and then that was it. It got dealt with. So I spoke to Matt Heath at half time and asked him what the problem would be, and Matt said it had just been a bit of tit for tat, but he had kicked out at him, and the linesman had spotted it. But as I say, it's probably one of by far the sort of most professional I've seen a team deal with a sending off so early in the game. They didn't argue about it; they just got on with it and dealt with it. And to be fair to him, probably deserved a lot more out of the game.
But obviously you've got Nathan Cartman in the form of his life at the moment. Another 5 goals this week. It just keeps getting better and better. How do you describe his current run of form?
I'd probably describe it in the same vein that I'd probably describe once had Paul Walker at Liversedge, and he was in a similar sort of form. He by the time we got to Christmas, he'd scored 29 league and cup goals, and sort of Nathan's round about the same mark now, and they leave a lasting impression, certainly on the club. But I go back to Nathan's supply line has been phenomenal, from Rob Ewell, Adam Baker, Malachi. Adam Baker was up alongside him tonight. I mean, what was interesting was what's not been picked up on is we debuted a 17-year-old kid tonight, who's coming through the college system over at the Askham Bryant, and he's done really well for us. I think he created 1 or 2 chances for us, certainly early on in the game, and then maybe just sort of lost his way, but has got his 60 minutes under his belt in the Evo stick. So I think it's, whilst Nathan is the end product, there's a lot going on to get to that end product, and I think we shouldn't lose sight of that. But the kid's in great form.
You mentioned there that he could create a legacy at Harrogate Railway that people will look on. What sort of legacy do you think he will leave if he does leave?
I think the key thing for Nathan now is that he talks about being the leading scorer in the league. That's something he's talked about in the past. It's not just this season. I can remember last season moving him and asking him to play midfield to do a job for us, and the kid's so professional. He just goes and does it, but behind them deep eyes that he's gutted because he thrives on scoring goals. He's a great family orientated man. His wife, his kids come down to the club. His kid's got the only replica kids kit across the club. And he said to me tonight, he's got a scarf up in his bedroom wall and that. So I think the legacy for Nathan would be to, when he does move, if he moves, wherever he moves to, I think Nathan will go with our blessing. I'm no doubt about that. I don't think it'll be a move sideways or downwards. I certainly think it'll be a move upwards. If he wants that, he's at an interesting stage in his life where he's really well settled. He gets married at the end of this year. He's got 2 kids. He's very family orientated, and he's probably reached a stage in his life that some people don't reach until late into the 30s, and by then you've missed so much that you could have been doing. So I think credit to the kid that he's very level-headed, he's got his feet on the floor, and you know, no matter what happens with Nathan, what he's achieved so far with us is absolutely phenomenal.
It's Northwich on Saturday. Obviously, you've mentioned in the past that they're one of the top sides in the league. How big a challenge is it?
Oh, huge. I think we have to look at them games and want to be part of them games. You know, I think the lads, it's a great chance to go and test yourself against the better teams in the league, and I think they'll provide that challenge. They're flying high at the moment. You know, they've obviously had their own problems in the past, but they've come out of them with flying colours now, and it looks like that, you know, Jim's got them really certainly playing them. The reports are that they're an extremely good footballing side, and we're going to have to work hard to get anything at all out of the game, but I think we've done that this season.
Yeah, obviously, do you draw confidence from the wins at Salford, Scarborough, Droylsden, all teams that like to play?
Absolutely, and I think double-edged really, because they'll look at them wins and think that they are a side capable of if you don't turn up and play any day, that, you know, we are capable on our day of certainly giving the best teams in the league a real run for the money, but we've got to take each game as it comes now. It's going to be a really difficult game, it'll be a really difficult afternoon, but if we work hard and we've got a game plan in place, if we can stick to the game plan, you know, and with Cartman in the form that he's in, you just never know.